Warning! Graphic pest control video ahead. Do not watch if you might be offended. If, however, you really like pest control videos, then sit back and watch us as we control pest populations with silenced air rifles here in the UK. After my last successful visit to this location, I decided to give it another go less than a week later. If the squirrels are on the feeder, then we should be also. And I've arrived pretty early. The sun hasn't risen over the top of the bank yet, and I've taken down the two old feeders and just relying on the wheat now with a few peanuts scattered on the ledge. Seems to be a winning combination. It wasn't long before I had a robin visit. Wouldn't be a shooting session for squirrels without a robin visit. And this location all seems to be a vole or a mouse coming out. I think that was Mr. Vole this time. I amused myself with videoing them as per usual, waiting for a squirrel to arrive. And it wasn't long before I see some more movement, and indeed a squirrel arrives. Coming down the tree, I haven't shot anything bar a test shot yet. It seems a bit twitchy, so gently move in the hide, pick up the rifle, try to move the camera with my left hand while I'm getting the rifle up with the right. Multitasking at its finest. The click of doom seems to have got his attention. I feel I have the time to zero in on him with the camera just before shooting him in the top of the head. And the shot looks good. And the body stopper does its job yet again. I'll reload, so I'm pretty sure I've done the job. Squirrel 1 on the ground. I do believe that's the sound of a green woodpecker in the background. I've seen them in this wood. I was messing with my phone at this point and glanced up, spot a squirrel on the top of the feeder, munching on a few peanuts I'd scattered there. So excuse the hasty camera work. Panicked me a bit seeing him sat there. Wanted to get it on, get the camera ready and get ready for the shot. Looking at the picture now, the shot looked a lot better than I thought it was. It's now dropped off the side. It's kicked, gone through the mesh, and rolled down the bank. I'm tracking it with a rifle. It's come to rest in the nettles to the left. So I put the rifle down and try and pick it up with the camera. I'm not doing a very good job of this, you'll have to excuse me. I've given up tracking it with the camera. I'm looking over the top again, trying to work out where it was. So I have to zoom out. Just for your interest, there he is, that's the tail. I still completely missed it, so I give up and go back to the feeder. I was actually paying attention this time and spotted this one coming down the tree. Pays to be vigilant, and this one seems to have spotted the peanuts on the top of the feeder. The last one didn't kick too many off, I don't think. Still enough to get his attention. Seems to be a rather careful approach. I've got the rifle through the hide. I don't mind them going on alert. Just want them to keep their head still, just like that. There's a click of doom. I caught the side of his eyeball there by the look of it, as it exploded on impact. The shot was good enough to do the job. Nice clean kill there. Despite the shot being a bit further forward than I would have liked. That's a devastating power of the rapid for you. And squirrel 3's on the ground. As it very often happens, it's quite a large lull in proceedings, and no squirrels are sighted and none come to the feeder. The only things that do, the usual suspects, Mr. Robin, The songbird seems to have given it a miss since I stopped feeding peanuts. I missed a pheasant, well known to like a bit of wheat. Before anyone asks, no, I didn't shoot it. It's out of season, so it would be illegal. Plus I don't want to anyway. I like seeing the birds around the feeder. It gives the squirrels the impression it's nice and safe, and it couldn't be further from the truth. As you can hear a tractor moving up and down the wood, just down the bank from me, about 20 or 30 yards away. It's been up and down a few times now, and I was beginning to curse it, thinking it's going to put the squirrels off. And rather surprisingly, this one doesn't care. This is one of this year's youngsters though, but I might be wrong. It's obviously desperate to get at them lovely peanuts. Happy days. Looks like it's going to present a straight on shot to me. I usually put the peanuts in the corner to try and get that. And that's what happens with a straight on shot off the rapid. No doubt in that shot. Another squirrel on the ground, despite the tractor. I spotted a squirrel tearing down the tree. It's pulled up short of the top. He must have spotted the lovely peanuts. He's also spotted the corpses on the floor. So he goes to have an investigate, which is pretty usual behaviour, as we've come to see over the past few years. Concerns him a little bit, doesn't usually put them off. He's going to wait till he satisfies himself there's no threat from the ones on the ground. You could probably see the peanuts on the side of that ledge as well. Looks like he's having a look. He hasn't gone as far as sniffing them. Standing back a bit. I'm just happy to watch and film. This is more like it. She's going towards some peanuts. He's up on the roof now. There's peanuts up there. Despite his agitation, my hasty camera work. You can hear me feeding the rapid through the hide. And he sits up lovely there. The dust flick off the side of his head as a pellet collides with it. Just a good old thrash about. That soon passes. Another squirrel's dead on the ground. I saw the foliage move, and by the time I turned my camera on, this one was on the tree. I'm going to track it up onto the top of the feeder. This one looks like Mr. Cautious Squirrel. Very measured in its approach. No agitation, no tail flicking. Just having a good old sniff around. Probably smell the previous ones that have been on top of the feeder. Not sure what's going through its mind at the moment, but hopefully it'll soon be a pellet. They all seem to satisfy themselves at the previous squirrels before they stop to feed. I'm not sure if it knows the previous ones or not. It's met them before, but I don't really care. Just needed to present a shot. And them are very tempting when they keep their head still. It presents me with a side-on headshot, which I duly take. Looks like the flies are on that one already. Haven't even finished twitching yet. I'm pretty happy with that shot, despite the few lame kicks. That's pretty much where it stays now. I'm messing with my phone again. I look up, I see a shape under the feeder, so I turn the camera on, just in time to see it move. And yes, it is a squirrel. So I just center the camera up on the bottom of the shelf of the feeder there. And then I just spot it go to the top. Seems a bit more cautious, like the last one. Now it's exhibiting agitation, as it looks at the corpses on the floor. I'm getting the rifle ready, expecting to pick a peanut up or sit still. The side-on headshot there. Which again I take. As it drops to the ground, I didn't notice until the editing process. Watch this. Did you spot it? There it goes. Something ran across the bottom of the screen. It's funny what you miss when you're concentrating on the squirrel you shot. I thought I'd share that with you. Goes to show you can be focused on one thing and completely miss everything else. So watch him kick his last. I'm happy with the shot. I reload. The one on the floor, I'm pretty sure now, has gone up the tree, which you'll see in a minute. You can hear a barking noise, it's drawn my attention, and there he is. And I think that's the same one. I might be wrong, seems a bit coincidental to me. Unfortunately for him, he should have kept his mouth shut. I waste no time in dropping him onto the top of the feeder. So quick 1-2 again. There's a kickabout in the back there. I can't see anything really because of the body stopping the foliage. I think he manages to kick himself through the back wires there. We'll find him there later on. Nice head wound. No doubt about the shot. It's getting late in the morning. You can hear down the bank someone sawing something. Or maybe strimming, I don't know. I spotted this squirrel coming in from the right, unperturbed by the noise. So check out the corpses. Not sure what they must be thinking at this point in time. They pretty much all disregard it though, when there's a lovely peanut on offer. Right on the side of the feeder, just the way I like it. So it looks straight at me. If I can get this camera sorted out, that's better. Reach for the rifle now. And pick him up in the scope. It's more like it. Nice head wound there. Quite happy with the shot. See the amount of flies there. These things are covered with fly eggs when I come to pick them up. Not long after the last one, this one comes from behind the hide, walks very tentatively across the floor towards the feeder. And straight up onto it. Disregards all them corpses. It's even walked over the top of a few peanuts there by the look of it to get a little bit of wheat. That's more like it. Full pass through there. Straight to the side of the head. Into the metal. And that's pretty much it for that one. Another one down. Now I was contemplating going home when I spot this one in the trees at the back of the feeder. It's only a youngster. It's come out and sat there. Loads of trees, the bank rises quite severely behind. I'm messing with my scope now, trying to range find it. I managed to knock the camera out of zoom. I know what the range is, it's 50 yards. It's squat on the tree for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on there. So I've gone to digital zoom now, get a better picture. I'll take a shot at it. I've gone over the top of it there, believe it or not, into the trees in the bank behind. So get ready for another shot. That's more like it. Parrot was climbing a little bit. Must have just gone over the top of his ears. Don't know why it didn't run away. If you're going to give me a second shot. More for you, eh? That's where it was in relation to me. Quite happy with that shot. Large bird's just landing just to the left of the hide there. I've turned the camera on. I carefully tried to turn it sideways on its legs. And there it is. That was a buzzard. That's what we call them in the UK anyway. I should have left it to see if it takes a squirrel. If I give up after that, I go and get myself a squirrel poking stick, make sure they're dead. Most of them will lay pretty still for a long time. I may need to bat around a few weeds and nettles if I need to. It's the one that flipped down the bank. These youngsters seem to jump around a lot more than the older ones when you hit them through the head with a pellet. Another nice head wound there. They all seem to bleed out quite well. I think that might be the exit wound on that side, though I may be wrong. It's hard to keep track sometimes. Yeah, another headshot. Loads of flies. So we just managed to roll out from under the wire. Nice stack here. Our largest collection of flies. I think I've hit that one in the left hand side of the head and the exit wound's behind its right ear by the look of it. Nice collection of head wounds there. This youngster, I think it's the one I hit through the eye. If you look at its front leg, there's a fly eggs growing on it there, ready to turn into maggots. That's a lot from the feeder area. This is the one that kicked out the back. It's decidedly unwell. I'll make my way up the deer path, the tree at the back. Time for the last one I shot. I've only just shot this one. I wanted to make sure the shot was good. It's part of the reason I called time on the day. Quick poke with a stick. And the flies have found it already. I do believe that will be the exit wound on that side. That's where it's dropped. It was on that branch there. Not really a branch, it's a dead tree that's fell there and got stuck. And that little square window is where I was shooting from. There we have it. Nice collection of squirrels on my lovely rapid. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe.